Hi there, and thank you so much for watching. This video is going to be about my updated financial independence plan for 2021 in action and kind of a life update and how I spent my holidays. I will put timestamps down below so you can see what happens when. So I'll start off with a life update, and if you want to fast forward through to just the financial independence plan in action, then feel free to do that. Before we get started, I ask you to please give this video a like, hit that thumbs up button. It is a huge help to me with the YouTube algorithm, and it doesn't cost you any money. So it's a way to show your support and to make your views count for free. All right, so getting into kind of the life update, what's been going on and how I spent my holidays. Just kind of a note on where I am. I'm coming to you from Orlando, Florida. This was kind of a last-minute decision, and I'll get into that because I feel like the theme of this past December for me was a lot of planning versus actual. I think a lot of people can agree that the theme for 2020 was this is our plan, and then God's gonna laugh and then show us the actual reality of what happens to our plans. So nonetheless, financial independence is still very important, and financial independence remains my goal. So just to kind of back up to the beginning of December, I had decided to take a break in December from posting. This was very spontaneous, not something that I had planned, but I did put that post in the community tab, which I'm learning to use and I really enjoy interacting with you on. So just kind of an update in case you were wondering what was going on. It was nothing huge, nothing serious. I just really wanted to enjoy that time with the people that are around me and to be as fully present as possible. I'm thinking about it if it ended up being that way. So yes, 100%, it was a great and well-needed vacation, rest, pause in the everyday grind. So for the actual Christmas into New Year's, my mom and I decided to rent a car and drive down to see my sister in Tennessee. And that was amazing. It was a plan that we made and executed at the beginning of December. So interesting, kind of a neat money win. I had booked an economy car. I had toyed going back and forth between getting something a little bit bigger, paying maybe $50 for the total of the week-long rental to get something a little bit bigger and more comfortable. But I ultimately decided to go with just an economy car for gas, mileage sake, and for economy. But at the last minute, when I went to the rental store, it was crazy. It was like the day, I think it was the 23rd when I picked up the car. And I walked into the rental place, and they were super busy, and they didn't have enough cars. And so I was just super patient because I didn't have anywhere to be at that point. So I just kind of waited, and it was about 20 minutes, and I could see that they were kind of scrambling, that the employees were trying to make it work and doing their best, and I was like, no worry, no rush, I'm not in a rush, and I hope they appreciated that, because what ended up happening was they're like, well, this is the only car we have, and they brought me out to the parking lot, and I had been expecting like a Nissan Versa or something, like a Nissan Leaf, something super tiny and compact, and they showed me to a Chevy Silverado truck. So not the best car for a road trip in terms of gas mileage, but super comfortable. It was a 2021 version, so top of the line, extremely comfortable, just amazing. There was a very roomy cabin, so there was enough room for both my mom and I to lie down fully lengthwise, both in the front and in the back, which was lovely. So we drove down to Tennessee. We arrived about 5 p.m. Christmas Eve and spent the time with my sister and her husband, who were just lovely and so welcoming and so much fun. We had an awesome time. My sister is a great host and cook. She'd made, my favorite thing for the holidays is like Rice Krispie treats. So she had a bunch of Rice Krispie treats. But she'd also gone out and like bought all those like luxurious, decadent Christmas chocolates that you only eat, that I try to only eat around the holidays. Things like Lindt truffle balls and the Ghirardelli chocolates, like the stuffed chocolates. And the thing why I'm mentioning this is because it was a bit of a splurge, but I appreciated every single thing that she splurged on. She got cheesecake bites. So there were like tons of things to snack on, and delicious treats that really make you feel like the holidays, make me feel like it's the holiday time. She bought and cooked both prime rib roast and a duck, and she did a great job on both. Fabulous job. It should put garlic rub on the roast and the duck orange sauce on the duck. Sumptuous. They were amazing, and she did a great job. And then we just spent the rest of the week kind of hanging out with her. I apologize for the noise if it's a little bit noisy. So we spent the week hanging out with her and eating Christmas leftovers, and I saw a post saying that on Instagram saying, well, who else has spent the past 3 days in their pajamas eating Christmas and eating candy, stocking candy, and that's exactly what I did, and it was amazing and so well needed. The second thing that we did in Nashville was just kind of become a family tradition that when my sister and I see each other, we go out and we kind of have a shopping spree. We splurge and we buy ourselves things that we want and get each other's kind of approval. So we buy ourselves things that we want while we're together. And that way we get what we want, but we also have memories of each other. So my sister I got my sister like a mortar and pestle for her kitchen, and just little like desky thingies, like a pencil holder, a marble colored pencil holder, and some legal pads. She got some clothes, I got some clothes. So we basically just attacked TJ Maxx. And then my mom got some jewelry, and it was just a great time to be together. And that's something where I feel that spending money and the financial expense is completely 150% justified, because it's a way for us to be together, and that way every single time I see like that shirt or that jacket, I think of my sister and my mom and the time that we spent together. So 150% worth that expense, and a great time to kind of refresh my wardrobe. So my mom and I drove back up. We left Wednesday at, I'm looking at my notes, we drove back Tuesday at December 29th, started at 11 p.m. at night because I was kind of logging on to work and checking work in and out. We arrived back in New Jersey at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, December 30th. December 31st at 8:45, made the decision to come down to Orlando, which is where I am now, we're kind of staying in like a little resort. There are like golf carts going by, beautiful breezes blowing through the palm trees. So that is what you are also hearing in the background. And again, the reason I mention this is because there's very much that theme of plan versus actual, and then the importance of spontaneity and why that's okay. This is the portion where I discuss my financial independence plan for 2021 in action. I've already done a video on my financial independence plan for 2021, but it's very kind of general, and this is something that anyone can kind of put together. It's not specific at all, but I kind of took a little bit more time and I made it a little more detailed, not very, but just I'm walking through it kind of on a day-to-day basis with these three principles in mind. So just the principles that are going to bring me to financial independence are to make more money, to save and invest more money, and to spend less. So again, in order, that's make more money, spend less money, and save and invest more money. So I got a little bit more in detail with how I'm going to do each of those three things, because really those are good things. No one's going to say that those aren't great things to do when it comes to building a strong financial future. So the way I'm going to do that, number one, I'm starting with make more money, because that's been a little bit more challenging for me. I'm someone that comes from an under-earning history, and it really takes dedication and discipline and planning and execution for me to be able to make more money and to train myself thought first, because I'm a huge believer in mindset and setting intentions before setting intention to action as the beginning of anything you want to do. The first step is believing that you can do this thing that you want to do. So when it comes to making more money, it's going to be very simple for me. I'm going to get better at what I'm already doing. I have a day job and I'm going to get better at it, so increase the value of my skills in the marketplace. And number two is to develop more streams of income. So that's upping my side hustle game within ways that that align with the way I want to live my life. And my top values when it comes to living my life are being location independent, being able to pick up and travel spontaneously. So that's hugely important to me, and being able to have a portable business and something that's scalable and replicatable. So that's very important to me, and I'm going to be developing my side hustles along those lines. not discounting the things that are right in front of me. That would be my eBay store, which is right in front of me, but is neither really scalable nor portable at this moment. But it is a way to make more money. So within that umbrella of making more money, there's going to be a lot of planning and executing and figuring out the best way to execute that will lead me to my ultimate goal of making more money. So point number 2 is to spend less money. And the way I'm going to do that is kind of as follows. And I put this in sort of a disclaimer, is that there's a limit to how much you can cut. There's sometimes, for me, I have a fixed housing cost that's not the best for the income that I'm currently making. But that's why I put making more money above spending less money, because I would rather increase my income in order to make that housing more viable for the income that I already have. So spending less money would be, for me, cutting down on those recurring costs, seeing if there are ways that I can save some money. Recently, my mom actually was lovely and did the work to cut down our home internet service. So we had been on a triple play bundle with Verizon for like the past 10 years, which is awful, and she finally sat down and did the math and the negotiating she reduced our home landline and then got us internet and TV service. We still use live TV service for $97 all in, which is less than the $197 that we were paying. So she went out and bought like a Cricket mobile number so we could still keep our home number, the digits, because that's important to her. So she actually did that research. I bought her a new phone for her birthday in November, a new mobile phone, so I think that was kind of a weight off of her mind and motivated her to get going and researching ways to cut costs around the house. I will be doing more of that, and I'm excited to kind of dive into that once I get back up north. So that's on the list of things to do. I'm already very frugal when it comes to groceries. Personal care, as my channel has shown, has been a big category for me, and keeping that as lean to the bone as possible is one of the things that I am aiming to do this year as well. So the third element is to save and invest more. And this is, again, something that I have not traditionally been, that I haven't looked into as much as I may have wanted. Last year was the first time I actually sat down and looked at my 401k and looked at some of the other, I had a rollover IRA custodial account from a previous employer, and I actually looked at that to see how it was doing and how I could possibly reallocate those funds to provide me a better return. So these are all things that I am learning now. I'm in my 30s, and I feel like I wish I'd learned this 15 years ago, but I also am glad that I am learning it now and working and being aware of this, working on it and being aware of it. Part of my goal in saving and investing more is to become better at it, and one of the things I'm going to do along those lines are networking with other investors and savers. So I'm just going to kind of drop this in here and say that I am planning on being on a podcast for this group called the Financial Wizards Investment group. They have a forum, and I will leave the specific address down below so you can go check it out. It's completely free, and it is the Members for the Wizards Institute. So it's, apologize for the shakiness. It's an investing wizards sort of movement based along the financial independence movement, and there's a book available now on Amazon. You can go check out. It's a fantastic, well-researched book, and I'm really excited to be doing more with this group and learning more through them. It's a way for me to kind of improve my skills and knowledge, which right now I'm starting from zero. Like, I'm starting from pretty much rock bottom when it comes to investing and learning things, so I'm going to be learning from the bottom up, and I am really excited to be sharing that information here on this channel because I'm someone that comes from nothing and I am building my way up. So I am really excited to take this journey and to take you along with me. So that is my life update along with my financial independence plan in action for 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to hear. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your plans for 2021? How was 2020 for you? I know it's been a tremendous, unprecedented year for many people, but I think there were a lot of lessons to be learned. So share with me down in the comments your best lesson and your greatest hopes for 2021. As always, again, I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.